guess I could turn on some
There we go.
light here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, testing, testing.
Well, I need to turn my computer down for sure. Hello, hello.
Hello, testing.
There we go.
I don't know if. Oh God, I can. You know what? It's funny. I can see the chat on this computer, so I don't need it on this one, really.
Yeah, that's why I just look at one because I don't want to sit there and turn my head all the time.
I didn't. It never used to be like that, so I'm not. I haven't been on in a while, I guess.
So if I want to sit there and make sure I see the chat, then I'll just get my cell phone and look down at it. Hello, Joanne Glass and Arlene and everybody. How are y'all doing? Happy Labor Day for all the people out there that are laboring still or retired. I'm retired, so.
So am I.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So we can have a happy.
And Ruthie down here is retired too. She doesn't have to work either.
There you go. There you go.
Makes a pretty good guard dog, though. She chased a skunk out of here the other night, and that turned out to be a bad idea.
Oh my God! Did she get sprayed by a skunk?
She must have ducked or something because man, I could sure smell it in here. So that skunk sprayed, but she must have ducked because you could barely smell it on her until you got real close.
You know how you get the smell away is you give them a bath in tomato juice.
Yeah, I know that. I've had dogs all my life, and I had one. I've dealt with this before. So
hi, hiking with Jackie Boy. How you doing? There's a guy from Texas there. Good to see you, man. Happy Labor Day there. I don't know what you did today.
Yep, it's hard for me to read that. It's so far away.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I finally need glasses.
That's why I'm always going like this.
It's good like this. That's actually why I wanted the pop out up here because then I could see it better.
Hey, I saw this one live last night, and this lady, picks up. She's in a motorhome, and she picks up this biker guy, and neither one of them can see the screen, and they decide to go live. And the biker guy pulls out a magnifying glass and trying to read the chat. Then they didn't know. Then they didn't know they were using a phone, and they didn't know that if you just touch the screen, the chat will come back. So you can see it. They go, "Oh, we missed that chat. We missed it. We missed it." They know what they're doing anyway. So.
Well, they never give you any instructions on any of this crap.
No, it's just pretty much like you're on your own. As soon as you go live, you're on your own. What do I do now?
YouTube just totally sucks now. I hate YouTube. I hate Google. And I really don't have a lot more to do with it anymore. As if you notice, I haven't been posting really. The only public videos I'm posting really are updates on Ruthie and stuff like that. And there's only a few hundred people that care about that. Hi, Dutchman.
Oh, hello, Dutchman. And I was going to say hello,
Arizona. April blocked me in Desert Deb's live streams, and now Desert Deb claims that she doesn't know how to undo it. Of course, she could just ask April to unblock me, so I don't go there anymore, and I don't support Desert Deb anymore because of it. Yeah. And of course, I don't support April either, NorCal, whatever the hell she calls herself. Well, I used to really like her videos, but I'm not going to go support her. Hell with her.
Yeah, you can't go if they don't give you the same support that you're showing them. Then it's only one.
Well, there's that too. You won't find any of these people who whine at me about not supporting them. You don't find them supporting me at all. They're not even sub to me.
Especially if you get into a she said, he said, she said, he said thing. Right. So
and I'll tell you, YouTube's just a joke now. It's all fake. Yeah. It's all AI. It's all a joke, and it's all butt thongs, and that's about it.
Yeah, if you show your butt thong and all that, then your channel takes off.
Yeah, and all these women that are out suddenly there's an influx of middle-aged to 60-year-old women out there. Exploring and van lifing and all that.
Exactly.
Their $125,000 van that they had custom built, that they used the divorce money to have built so they can go out and heal from
exactly,
some godly,
exactly. You know, I've got one of those. I've got one of those I've been following, and it's called. You need to follow her. She's pretty good. It's called A Tiny Nomad, and
Oh,
she's got.
screw that little bitch.
Oh, she's up in Alaska now, and that's
I know, but
and
Jesus
she's
Christ,
doing good.
she doesn't even have a good looking butt.
She drives around in a 4Runner like Wonder
I
Hussy.
know,
So.
I know. I got real tired of her real quick. There's
Right.
one that I actually do enjoy quite a bit, and that's Beth's Midlife Adventures. She's a great photographer,
Beth,
great editor, and
okay.
she's sharing the real stuff. I don't know what her background is. I don't care. But she's not healing from anything.
Yeah, that's
So,
good. That's what
yeah,
I like.
you know.
I like the ones that are just out there showing us everything, not healing or having all kind of problems and stuff. You know.
Yeah, she's not talking about all this philosophy shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like kind of like somebody that we know who starts all her videos off with a whole bunch of philosophy and crap that she dug out of somewhere else, maybe AI created. You know,
did you read this?
and
What
she,
Desert Adventures in Arizona wrote? I wonder if I'd
but
get more
I
views
can't read it.
if I wore a butt thong. Maybe not.
Yeah, Desert Adventures. Yeah, you got to wear that butt thong. Yeah, you got to have that butt thong on. You know, always have your butt towards the camera and the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder what that's all about. You know.
Yeah.
Hell, just come on over here and charge me 25 or $50. You know, we got, this is Nevada.
Yeah, really.
It's legal here. So,
well, whatchamacallit is over now. Burning Man, the last thing was over now. And did you hear they had like a miniature disaster there at the Burning Man? They found some guy dead in a pool of blood.
Oh yeah, they had a murder. Yeah,
they had a murder. They had a murder, and then
they had no idea she was pregnant. Give birth.
Yeah, and then she had a baby. It was a girl. I think it was a girl.
When they don't teach our kids anything in school.
Well,
she
maybe
didn't realize she was pregnant, and she probably wonders how she got pregnant too.
Yeah, really.
Realize she was
pregnant. Can you imagine the mindset on that? If you can't realize you're pregnant, oh my gosh. You know.
Anyway, yeah, I just got done watching EWU's EWU. I forget. I'm not sub to them, but every once in a while they do some really good investigative reporting, and I always like their afterburn reports on the fly.
Yeah.
Because there is so much damage being done out there that will never ever be reclaimed by the desert. You can't believe it. And it's all money.
I want to know how they clean up all that burnt wood ashes because
they don't.
They don't. Well, then they need to because that's not right. They need to return it like it's supposed to be.
Yeah. But see, money talks. That's what money does.
Yeah.
It doesn't just talk.
I was amazed at the prices of the Burning Man tickets. They start like $550, the cheapest one you can get, plus $150 for parking if you take your car, and then it goes all the way up to $3,000. They have different tiers and stuff. $3,000? Come on, man.
If you want, you can wait till it's over and then go out there and you can get as naked as you want, take all the drugs you want, and burn all the shit you want, and not even have to clean up, and you can leave. And nobody will bother you, and it won't cost you a cent.
Exactly, But yeah, I think there's a whole group of people that stay afterwards and they just do cleanup and stuff too.
Well, EWU's out there and they're pulling shit. This is after they just passed their inspection by the BLM, which, by the way, is not the BLM. They have self-appointed inspectors, like a group of about 20 of them. Now, 20 people walking around in circles are supposed to inspect. What is it, like 100,000 acres or something? Whatever that huge area is.
Yeah, that playa.
Yeah, they pick one little spot and go, okay, that's good. And by the way, the heavy equipment is still out there, and they're finding oil. They did soil samples. They're finding all kinds of oil. They said they can't distinguish that place from an industrial site soil samples.
Yeah,
that's what the people that did the testing said.
Well, plus they have their own little runway there, and those they got those Learjets going by landing and stuff there too. So.
Yeah, I always said in the beginning that I might go out there. I might sign up to skydive in there because they got a couple of otters out there and a lot of skydiving going on, and so I thought of doing that, but then I found out there's a 3-year waiting list to to get on the plane to skydive. And I went, oh, screw that. I'm not waiting 3 years to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, to me, it was Burning Man was intriguing to me. Like if I would have went 25 years ago, but not now. In this time of my life, I have no desire. You know.
No.
I would rather.
Everybody gets sick. That's the only reason. You know, I could go visit Wonder Hussy right now. I know exactly where she is. And
yeah, she's camping. She's camping. She goes through the same.
Don't say where.
I won't say where, but yeah, she does the same thing every year, pretty much.
I know, and I could go there and walk right up to her camper and say, "Hi, I'm Mobile Tech," and she go, "Oh, you're Mobile Tech."
Yeah,
you know, 'cause she does know of me. She always has known of me. And I was always thinking, I'll just take your camper with me, take it home, and then I'll bring it back here next year. When you go on your way to the burn, stop by here and pick it up because I'm right on the way. And you'll be really surprised at what your camper looks like. And
but she never
every year she comes back sick.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go hug her and be around her and slobber on her when she's sick.
Slobber on her,
or have her slobber on me. You know.
Really.
Hey, let's talk about some good stuff. You know, like it's Labor Day.
Yeah.
What I used to do on Labor Day, every Labor Day and every Memorial Day, we had our own DC-3 that we hire and take it out to an area of the desert near Bakersfield that had a lake with 2 islands and a grass runway. And this is basically where all the crop dusting planes camped at, you know, for all of Bakersfield. You know, that whole valley is just nothing but farms. And since they've gone to different kinds of dusting and helicopter use and stuff, it's not so much a big place for crop dusters anymore. But they rent the place out, and we used to rent it out twice a year, the whole place. We had it to ourselves. If you can imagine, 60 skydivers, a DC-3, and tents, a bunch of alcohol and who knows what else, and food and partying for 3 days, for $120. We got 4 jumps a day for 2 days.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad.
And we got to go all the way to 15,000 feet, which there is actually 18,000 feet.
I thought it cost more than that just for the gas for those planes, man.
Well, we stopped doing this probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Because
so you're talking about a whole group of people get together and pay that much each, right?
Yeah, all we're paying for is gas. The pilot's a good friend of ours. He loved doing it with us. He was out there for the party, and it was an airplane that we normally jump out of anyway from Paris. But just a big giant party that, you know, no rules at all. One of the few places where if you wanted to drink and skydive, well, that's okay, but, you know, try not to make a mess. And, you know, if you know what I mean.
Did you watch Jenny Gibbs' recent video, her interview that she was talking to some lady that lives out in Death Valley? But they brought up the subject of the Angels Landing and stuff and how it's all closed up and stuff. And then I went, man, I was just there in 2024. It was open. I drove through everything, and there was cars parked there. It was open for business. But she's the second one that said that they're probably closed by now. But
they're closed. They're starting to close a lot of stuff down, and it's
now they've built a wooden barrier fence now where they could actually close the things.
Well, you can thank YouTube for all of that, and you can thank COVID for the excess of campers, because camping never used to be as popular as it got during COVID. Nowhere near. That's why they had record-breaking RV sales, and the YouTubers out there. And their little apps like freecamps.net and all that crap, they're the ones that basically ruined it. If they would have just shut up and left their cameras alone, this whole thing wouldn't have exploded, and they wouldn't be shutting everything down now.
And every one of those apps,
every one of those, leaving trash and garbage and human feces everywhere.
And every one of those apps that they use, they cost you at least $15, $20, you know, so.
Yeah, because I lived in my van for 12 years while I chased work and skydiving and hang gliding. I drove around all over the country, and anywhere where there was either flying or skydiving, I'd find work, and I'd work there and live in my van so I could spend all my money on my sports, because they're so expensive. If you're not a trust fund baby, then or if you're not a doctor or a lawyer, those sports are very expensive. And a lot of the trust fund babies, as a matter of fact, they work at the airports because in their trust fund, it says they have to have a job or they don't get the trust fund. So they become skydiving instructors, parachute packers, riggers, whatever. And that's their job. Of course, they're just having fun and they get paid for it, but they don't need the money. So, but yeah, it's YouTubers basically that ruined everything for camping.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it right there. You hit the nail on the head right there. And all the trouble that they're going to say that's coming for us camping in the wild and stuff, they caused it themselves.
Yeah, a small amount of people ruined it for everybody else, because not everybody's a YouTuber. A very small part of the population.
Exactly,
Out of all my friends, the only other YouTubers I know out of all my friends are YouTubers that I met through YouTube.
Yeah. In
other words, another, what do they call us, an influencer, and we did a collab or something. Other than that, I've never run into another YouTuber anywhere.
Yep.
So,
but yeah, you're right. They're doing it for the sake of views, and that sucks.
They do that because of the money, and they need the money to continue with their lifestyle.
Well, I don't think personally, I don't think that you should get on to a live stream and sit there and start complaining about, I'm not making my money on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. Just go out and make your content better. That's what you do. There was a reason people started watching you in the first place, okay? And there was something that you need to go back to your roots. Don't just sit there and go, I need to make more money or else I'm not going to do this no more or whatever,
Well, guess what? I just got done talking to someone this morning in length about that exact very same subject. And she really needs to listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. She could double her income easily if she just listens to me. And I've tried to give her advice before on that, and she won't listen. She wants to do it her way. And what she doesn't understand is the algorithm could care less about her.
Yeah.
She's not dealing with human beings here. She's dealing with an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to satisfy all the viewers. You want to satisfy the algorithm. Then you'll have viewers.
Exactly.
If you just do what you think the viewers are going to like without thinking about the algorithm, you're going nowhere. So it's a job. You have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And you're basically selling your services like in any other job. So I got no problem with that. I did it for a long time myself. But, I didn't start out looking for the money because there was no money when I started out. I came on to help people.
Yeah.
Because there was no other reason to do it. I wanted to help people. Yeah. I wanted to help my hobby grow. And I did that.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where I am monetizing stuff, but I don't make, I'm not bringing all kinds of money in and stuff. But
and you never will.
And no, I won't. But I'm just saying, I just rake up the change left over from those big YouTubers. That's what I get,
Well, you get the minimum, and that's all they're ever going to give you. I got a $158 check this month, and I only get one check every 3 months.
Yeah.
Because I don't go over the threshold in time to get it any sooner.
They don't want to pay you every month.
I used to get over $1,000 a month, but then all of a sudden they cut way back on the money, down to 20-30% of what they were handing out. And they changed all the rules. Matter of fact, they made rules that were non-existent before. And now you got to watch every single word you say, and every little thing you show, because you can get demonetized for the least little thing. It's stupid.
But see, everybody's complained a little bit, but the smart ones, they've picked up the slack and they've adjusted their channel to make up for it, It's the ones that are keep whining about it. That's the ones that it's going to hurt, in the long run.
Well, you don't want to insult the algorithm because it'll get you.
Yeah, it'll get you back,
Yeah, I could care less. I've always could care less. I never have cared. When they started dishing out money, I took it.
Yeah,
gladly.
exactly.
You went, okay, you want to pay me to do this? It's what I've always done anyway. You want to give me money too? It'll help with buying cameras and sound equipment and lighting and all that stuff. But then they reneged on it and pulled back on it.
Yeah, and that was the problem. There was a time when everybody was doing it and getting on YouTube thinking, well, I could make extra couple $100 a month doing this, and it didn't happen,
And you notice that a good 80% of those people left YouTube when the money ran out.
Yeah, and no telling where they're at.
So that was the only reason they were there, was for the money.
Yeah.
Well, see, Google, I'm convinced of this. Google is just trying to replace TV. That's all they're doing.
They've done a good job with it so far.
Yeah, it's replacing TV, and it's turning into TV. They want scripted stuff.
Yeah,
they want actors.
Yeah,
and they want butt thumbs.
That's that too.
Yeah. So sex, drama, scripts, all the stuff that you used to see on TV. That's what Google wants. That's what the algorithm wants.
Yeah. And the last time we talked on the live, and I was telling you about how they want to go to the longer format now. Before they would telling you make only 8 to 10 minute video, 12 minutes max, But now they're saying no, make one 30, 40 minutes. Go for an hour if you can go,
I don't listen to any of their crap because I could care less.
I know, I know, man. You're like,
yeah. But some word of mouth is what keeps my Patreon going, not my YouTube.
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
Yep.
And I still make, way more than I ever could consider making on YouTube just with my Patreon. So I was giving our friend, you know who I'm talking about, because she doesn't live very far from me. Anyway, I was giving her advice on how to increase her Patreon members. That's where the money is.
Yep. Yeah,
and I know how to do that.
Yeah, you definitely know how to do that because you've got the class. So
I paid for this whole piece of property, and I completely rebuilt 2 vehicles and 2 sick dogs.
Okay, let me ask you a question about the class there, Larry.
Yeah,
the class goes through, rebuilding the whatever they do and all that stuff. How many people do you get that stay on and say, "Oh, I'm going to stay here and learn more," or do they just finish one thing and they just quit?
That's hard to answer because there's a wide spectrum of people and what they do and how long they stay and their reasons too. I've got people that are coming in and they think they're screwing me because they just want to get the anatomy of a vintage trailer video, and then they could care less. And so they come in, and because they feel a little bit of regret about, what a bad person they are for doing this, they'll stay for 2 or 3 months and then quit. And some of them actually tell me, yeah, that's all I came here for, but I felt bad about it, so I paid you for a couple of months. Now I don't need you. And that's actually fine with me. I don't care.
Yeah, as long as they learn the way.
Yeah, how long some people stay with me. The 20th person to join my Patreon, which, see, here's the deal. I not only have accounting of all these people in computers and stuff, but I've kept a physical record. These are all my students, all my students over the years. Okay,
handwritten and stuff.
Handwritten out with their email address, every single one of them, because I take care of every single one of my students. And all they got to do is ask. Okay, you look at that.
That's good.
Thousands of students. Yeah, well, I want to show you something here. I just lost a student for a reason that this is the first time that I know of that I lost a student for that reason. Number 20, right here. Lila Gross, right there. She just died. She was number 20 7 years ago. This
wow, man.
7 or 8 years ago.
That's sad when they start dying on you.
Yeah, her husband contacted me, whom I never actually spoke to because I always talked to Lila. a beautiful person, Canadian, and builds beautiful trailers. But she just always loved the class. She says, no matter how long I've been here, I always learn something.
Yeah.
Because, see, with my class, we all learn from each other. Somebody finds a trick that nobody else discovered before about a certain kind of trailer, and we spread it around, the information.
That's how it should be.
Class, I'm not the only teacher.
Yeah.
So anyway, she just died. She got some kind of horrible brain tumor disease thing.
Oh, that's terrible.
And she suffered for a couple of years. I wondered why I wasn't hearing much from her, because she's been with me so long. And then her husband, Harvey, contacted me and told me what happened. So I sent her diploma posthumously, and I'm going to present it online posthumously. He's sending back a photo of, like I asked my students to, holding the diploma, because I send them diplomas when they finish their trailer. That I consider them graduated, and I send them a real diploma from my school.
That's cool. Yeah,
you get a lot for being a patron of mine, more than anybody else on YouTube. Most people on YouTube who have patrons, all you get is once in a while you get an ad-free video early, and then it goes public with ads on it. And our friend, by the way, blew it with the last one because that was supposed to be patron only and it had ads on it. And I told her about it this morning. I said, hey, you kind of screwed up there, didn't you? I'm paying good money. I don't want to see ads. And I'm talking for everybody is what I was saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, don't screw up. She didn't realize it. And I said, yeah, don't screw up like that. You could lose subs that way. And so anyway, he's going to send me a photo of him standing in front of the trailer with the diploma. And I made the diploma out to both of them. So that's the first time I've lost some. I know probably people in my class have died off in the past, but this first time I knew about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But to show you how long some people are with me, and you know what? Because I cross them off when they leave, I've still got people from way back then. She wasn't the only one. I've still got people that aren't crossed off here. Number 8. Oh, I did just talk to him. Number 8 is the earliest one that isn't crossed off, and number 10, and then number 16, 17, and then 20, Lila. And then it keeps going. It goes for a whole bunch of people before they start getting crossed off again. But anyway, yeah, I've got this whole book filled up just about to the last page now. I have one page left in this book before I have to start another book. So that's what I told her. I says, you got to offer something. You can't just expect people to send you money because you look.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't. And some people,
that gets old.
Some people, they make that mistake when the moment they get monetized, they want to sit there and put all kind of ways for people to send you money and stuff. But first, build up your channel to where the people really want to do that, Give me money, give me money.
Yeah, offer something. You got to offer something that everybody else is offering.
Shawnee Groves.
And
good to see you.
Every female nomad now, most of them anyway, if it's there, if they think they're good enough, is offering their butt. That's it. It's like, I'm tired of seeing butts.
By the way, anybody want
to get sexy anyway? That looks uncomfortable to me. And you know what I think is sexy is real short cutoffs, blue jean cutoffs from a girl. I told that to Darcy.
Yeah.
And she started wearing cutoffs, and she goes, "I get more views like that." Now she's still into the butt.
She listened to you.
She was the first woman on YouTube to introduce the Brazilian cut bikini. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
Very
that.
first one, and she was getting demonetized right and left in the beginning.
You're talking about Darcy DeSizzle.
Yeah, Darcy DeSizzle. Yeah,
Darcy. She's a girl. Everybody out there that doesn't know her, she's a girl that goes fishing and she wears a bikini all the time.
Yeah,
she catches a lot of
really knows what she's doing, and
she teaches what to use. Yeah. After she catches.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, after she catches all this fish, she shows you how to clean it and cook it too. She'll cook it right up there, you know.
And then she'll eat it right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And yeah, she's got a nice looking butt, you know. And I admitted to her because she was asking people in the very beginning, why did you sign up? Because she wanted to know. She was investigating to see, you know, to see if she could improve her channel. And her and I used to, you know, talk to each other a lot because we both got into Patreon at the same time when it first came out. And so we talked a lot because I was such an old subscriber of hers that she knew me. And we still talk a lot. But her age is starting to show, you know. And I told her, you're going to have to hold that camera back a little further because your age is really starting to show. And I think you ought to go back to more of the cutoffs and stuff, you know. I mean, she's still one of the healthiest women I've ever seen. And she's holding her age very well. But it's something you just can't stop in life, you know. And at some point, that's pretty much, you know, there's nothing going to be left to show there. So. Are you frozen? Oh, what happened to him? Am I here? Now that's different. Well, I guess it's my show now. Nothing I can do to get rid of the thing there, I don't think. Let me see. Maybe I can. Nope, I can't get rid of it. Yeah, I can't get rid of that comment because it's not my stream. So I don't even know if the stream is still going, is it? I don't have the powers. The powers that be.
I'm back. I'm back. You know what it said? It said StreamYard. They go, we're sorry. There's a problem on our end. And I'm going, what? Now them too?
Well, I took over for you. I had the show there for a minute.
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of Todd's comment, though. Only you can do that.
Okay. I don't know what he wrote. I didn't see it, but
it says hi, folks, and it's there. Go back in the chat, and it should be highlighted.
Okay.
So you can get rid of it.
So if anybody wants to come up on the panel, you're welcome to. I dropped the link a little while ago, but
yeah, we'll stop bitching about YouTube now.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is too. If we keep bitching about it, but this is StreamYard. Shame on you, StreamYard. Yeah. I always pay.
You know, you can live stream directly from StreamYard. You know, you don't have to use YouTube.
Really? But
yeah.
Where does it go then?
To your patrons and stuff.
Well, it has. Well, yeah, but they ask you a destination at the very beginning, so you have to choose.
Yeah, you have to have a destination, but I mean, you don't have to include. I'm sorry. With Patreon, you can live stream directly from Patreon now. I didn't mean StreamYard.
Oh, I meant
Patreon.
Yeah.
So it doesn't involve YouTube at all.
I'm making broth, tomato sauce, juiced cucumbers, celery, lemon. Roasting a chicken with carrots and that sounds good, Shawnee. I was going to tell you, Shawnee. I went to the OU football game Saturday, and my friend that I go to his house, and he's got a pretty nice garden. So when I was there, I got like, I don't know, about a minute worth of clips, and I'll post it somewhere and show you how he does his garden. Pretty good stuff. He gave me a bunch of peppers and tomatoes and all that stuff, and I cooked it up with the ribeye. It was pretty good.
Joanne, it's not a matter of they have no shame. It's they have no class. Let's put it that way. See, I don't find a lot of class in that. Mm-hmm. I like classy women. I would say right now the top of the classiest of the classiest right now is Melania Trump, and has been for quite a while. You want to see what class is? That's the definition of. You look up class in the dictionary, unless the guy that wrote the dictionary is a Democrat. That's the definition of class right there. So no class at all with those butt thongs. And you know, they look so uncomfortable. It just makes me. That's all I think. And like, doesn't that stink after a while?
Well, I just want to know. I just want to know that. When they decided that it's all right for all that stuff to be shown like on Instagram and stuff, because now you got all these young girls dancing around on Instagram, and of course they show you everything on there. You know, I'm going, when was that all of a sudden all right to be dancing scantily clad like that, you know. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do it a while back.
Evil. Yeah, it's all pretty evil. So we come from a different time.
Yeah,
John.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
When people had class. Nobody has any class anymore.
That's true. If they're just flaunting it just for the views, then that's
just for the it's just a stripper, isn't it?
That's pretty much so.
Aren't you basically just a stripper?
But if you say you're just stripping or you're doing that, then they get all offended and stuff. So I don't know.
Well,
nowadays you have
I think the people that ought to be
think.
offended are the real strippers. They're the ones that
You have to think before you say anything nowadays, because everybody gets so offended about stuff.
Oh yeah, I could care less.
Yeah. Shawnee said she went to a rock garden today. What are you talking about? Rock and roll or a rock garden?
In four-wheel drive, a rock garden is a field of boulders that you drive over.
Okay, here we go. Todd's getting ready to come up here. Is that you, Todd? Okay. There you go.
Hi, Todd.
How you doing? This is Todd Saw, everybody. He's down there in Texas, right? He's down there at where all the action is.
Brenham, Texas.
What's going on with you, Todd? How you doing?
I have a question.
What part of Texas are you from, Todd?
I live in Brenham, Texas, home of Bluebell Ice Cream.
All right, Bluebell.
Bremlin?
Yes, here.
Bremlin, Texas? I never heard of it.
I think I need to mute my speaker.
Yeah.
You have a delay, probably.
No, if I do that, I can't hear y'all.
I've only been to Texas once, and I didn't drive in, I didn't bus in, and I didn't drive out.
I have the reverb, so I'm going to get off here in just a second. I have one question. My daughter came in to visit, and she wants to know, her and my other daughter, they want me to watch K-pop Demon Hunters with them tonight. What do you think about that?
What? J-pop Demon Hunter?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What is it? What is that?
I don't either.
Well,
she hadn't told you what it is, or that's kind of weird.
Are you anywhere near the coast, or are you inland Texas, or where is that?
I'm about halfway between Houston and Austin, in Central Texas.
Oh, Central Texas. Okay. Yeah, okay.
That's cool.
I've only been to San Antonio, and I never even got to see the town. I was in Lackland Air Force Base for 6 weeks. We flew in, we flew out. I never even got to get off base and see the town.
It's changed since you've been there, Larry, because I went there a long time ago in the 70s, and where the Alamo is right now.
I never got to see any of that.
Where the Alamo is now, though, is back in those days, you're talking way in the 70s, there was like Skid Row and old bars and stuff. Now it's like downtown, in the middle of downtown.
Oh,
so yeah.
We lost somebody.
Well, he said he was having trouble, so.
Okay. Yeah, San Antonio, I didn't even get to see it. I just got to be on base. And like I said, we flew in and flew out 6 weeks later, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's the only part of Texas I've ever seen is on the base, on Air Force Base.
And they, there we go. Hiking with Jackie Boy says, I'm a few miles from Lackland. So,
okay.
So he's in that area also. A bunch of people are down there in that area.
Yeah, it just so happened that the bus drivers were on strike when we got Base Liberty to go off base for a day, because at pretty much close to the end of your internment there for basic training, they let you have 1 day off base. And that particular day, the bus drivers were on strike, so we had to stay on base, and we only got Base Liberty. There's Todd. The reverb and echo. Okay.
Todd, they've added new features, and you got to go into your mic setting and undo some things in there. That's how you
or use earphones.
Yeah. That's what happened with last week. Last time we was live, and Steve came up, and he had the same problem. He had the echo and stuff. And
I'm not having that problem.
I hadn't had any problem, you know. But
Now-
you can adjust it though in that in where your microphone is down there.
Yeah, I'm using something I've never used for a live stream before, and that's my new little laptop. I bought a little Dell refurbished laptop.
Oh, cool! That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
for my
nice.
travels, because I don't
Yeah.
want a big computer for my travels,
Mm-hmm.
and I only do certain things with my computer, and it's getting to the point now where nothing works on Windows 8 anymore. And
Of course, because
and-
they're up to what, 10 or 11. So
they're up to 11. So this computer is Windows 11. Now I do all my editing on a Windows 8 computer, and I can't install my software on anything beyond that. Windows 10 won't accept it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kept one computer just for editing in the back room here. It's a big desktop, just for my editing, because I'm not going to pay their $20 or $30 a month for their freaking subscription for editing software.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and I don't want to have a watermark up in the corner because I'm using the free version of any software. So I just said, to hell with you people. I'll keep one computer running so I can do all my editing on that computer. The only other thing I really need a computer for is live streaming.
Mhm.
And so far, my Windows 10 computer is still working for that out in my shop. So that's good. But I can upgrade that computer to Windows 11 if anything stops working on 10 there that I have to. But then there again, the only thing I really need it for is live streaming my classes.
Yeah.
I bought this because not even my Gmail or YouTube or anything is working anymore on I can't watch my Pluto TV, which is Gunsmoke.
Yeah, I know.
all that
Pluto,
stuff. I
Pluto's
had to
pretty
go to
good.
Windows 10 and 11 just to watch that now because it won't work on there anymore.
I think Pluto's
YouTube
one of the
movies
best.
won't- Yeah, YouTube movies won't work on Windows 8 either, 8 or 8.1, which is what I have. So they force you by making stuff not work on your computer. That's like changing the gasoline. So if your car runs on normal gasoline, they change it so your car won't run on it anymore. And you have to buy their special gasoline or it won't run. That's actually illegal and immoral.
Yeah. Todd asked a question. Is your echo cancellation button on, John? And Todd, there's a thing in there where the microphone is, and you have to go in where those three dots are and make sure that stuff is working.
There's three little dots up at the top there.
Yeah, mine is clicked on, so I have no echo. Shouldn't have any echo. But anybody else want to come on up? I just posted the link a second ago. So Steve, you're welcome to, or Kevin, or Kyle, or anybody. Hello, Skunk Ape.
I gotta show you this. I gotta show you this. This is funny. Now here's the thing. I don't have a separate camera. This is the first time I've used a computer that has its own camera and mic, so I wanted to see how it was working. So if this is working good enough, then I can use this for when I'm, out camping and stuff. But look at that. Can you see?
Yeah. Is she sleeping or she's just laying there?
She's just laying there.
She's just hanging out. Huh?
Yeah, that's the way all these dogs do. They all do that. This kind of dog. If you ever followed another guy that I love to follow, is the Campulance Man.
Yeah, I like him. I follow him.
David, I love following him, and his dog is exactly like mine, except his dog is 12 years old and very healthy.
Yep,
and his dog is all white, and mine's
Lefty. His dog's name is Lefty.
Yeah. But other than that, they're exactly the same dog. See, that's not a pit bull. Lefty's not a pit bull. He's a Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah.
And you have to mix a Staffordshire Terrier with a bull mix in order to get a pit bull. So, not a pit bull here. She's still on her back looking at me like, when are you going to give me a cookie?
Really? Give me a treat. Give me a treat.
Yeah. She's funny. She sleeps like that, and she'll fall asleep, and I'll rub her belly, and she loves that. She loves belly rubs. So, Skunk Ape's here. Oh, hey, guess what? What video did I see that in? It was Kelly Hayes. I don't know if you follow her. I love her too.
I've been following her.
Her channel is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I told you about her months ago, but you didn't listen to me.
I finally started watching her, and yeah, I love her.
She's got it going on, man.
Yeah. Well, she was at the Skunk Ape headquarters down in Florida, and now I know what Skunk Ape is.
Yeah,
that's their version of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, yeah, exactly.
I didn't know any of that, so I always wondered about your name, Skunk. Skunk Ape, and I think I even asked you about it once, and you may have told me, but I'm getting old, and us old people can't remember shit. We suffer from CMS.
So here's a couple of other channels I was going to tell you. I've been watching this guy. He's from Oklahoma, and he's got like a beard like 2 feet long, and he braids it down there and stuff. But he's called Whiskey Dog Outdoors, and he has it's one of those not pit bull, it's Australian Shepherd. Boy, that dog is full of energy, man. But he goes camping all over Oklahoma and stuff, and
I had an Australian Shepherd once.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job. So check him out, Whiskey Dog Outdoors. He had a law enforcement pass, so he knows about what he's talking about as far as weapons and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
pretty good. He's pretty interesting.
And I know a couple of things about weapons.
Yeah,
I used to work on the biggest weapon in the world.
What, the atomic bomb?
Yep. Used to work on it. Yep.
Yeah. You know, everybody's been posting that stuff on YouTube, and
when they do the tours and everything, I think there's one silo left in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah.
They do the tours, and I'm going, I'm back at home, underground.
Yeah, they've been posting all these pictures about. Look, here's Las Vegas, and they show the big old mushroom clouds and stuff. You know who stopped all that stuff? Is Howard Hughes. Howard Hughes went and bought he bought the Mirage, I think. And he had and he got one floor was all his, and he got tired of hearing all those blasts off in the distance. And he told them, you guys stop, or else we're not going to get no more money from me. So they stopped it, But by then, all the damage has been done, though.
Yeah, there was no more need for that type of testing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, they stopped testing in the oceans too. I mean, they can send the stuff out to space and test it if they want to, but they don't need to anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And atomic bombs, that's old hat now. I mean, Yeah,
I think the biggest one now you could be a hydrogen bomb, wouldn't it? That would be the more.
Yeah, pretty much, and it does the most damage to humans without damaging the infrastructure, if you will, so much. Because it just vaporizes you.
But you see all these people. There was one picture. Look at these girls, about 7 or 8 girls that are in like a river, all having a good time swimming and stuff. But behind them, you can see the mushroom crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, all those women now, they're all gone except for 1 or 2. Yeah. And that's sad, because they didn't tell everybody back then, hey, it's dangerous and don't stand around and watch it.
And they knew it too.
Yeah, they knew it. I think they did.
Yeah, well, they also wanted to know the long-term effects, and that's why they didn't tell anybody that anything was wrong.
Yeah.
When really all they had to do was just, then of course, we bombed Japan twice, and that was only supposed to be one bomb.
Yeah,
we weren't supposed to do the other one, but we did anyway.
And they also bombed the heck out of what was on test Bikini Island, Bikini Atoll. They did all kind of stuff out there, man, and they just tore that all up. And I want to know if are the fish bigger out there? Are they radioactive? Yeah, really, 3-eyed fish.
Yeah, 3-eyed fish. So they used to call our particular team was called the Scope Cap team. And we were down in the cable tunnels. That's where all the telemetry goes from the launch site back to mission control, which is just a little bunker, and then, of course, the silos have their own control rooms also. See,
Yeah.
when they're doing testing, they don't do it from down there in the silos of the real guys, the guys that have a real active warhead on them or anything, because those only get fired. Those are only meant to get fired once in their lifetime. So we have other gantries that we build missiles in, and for testing, and they roll out to the launch pad from the gantry, and they have a bunker over here where basically mission control is. And what I did was I took care of all that cabling that goes from the bunker to the launch site and then back to the gantry. All that telemetry was my responsibility to make sure it was all installed properly and working properly. And we did constant testing on all that stuff.
So if something didn't work right, then it was your fault. They'd come back to you and said, you didn't do the.
They never bothered with, running around putting the blame on anybody when things went wrong. I remember one time we fired off a Minuteman at nighttime, and probably about a half a mile up, it started doing somersaults over Santa Maria.
Wow.
It wasn't even supposed to go that way. They're supposed to go out over the ocean. And I knew something was wrong right away. Now there's 3 of us, and this is a duty that you randomly get pulled for, okay? There's 2 operation control people who are there all the time, and those 2 guys, in order to make a missile self-destruct, they have to have their switches pulled and holding on them. They're spring-loaded. If they let go, the switch is no good. So so those 2 decisions have to be made separately to self-destruct. And then there's me. There's always a 3rd guy who randomly gets picked, who is, it could be a buck sergeant like me, to make the 3rd and final decision. Okay,
let's blame it on Mo.
I think that's why. So if things go wrong, they can blame it on me. You waited too long.
But what I want to know is what told them that it's okay to fire that crap over the ocean anyway? That stuff still is deadly. Blow something up.
There's no warhead.
Yeah,
it's just a missile.
Yeah, but still, all that stuff is going down into the water.
He fires those things off every damn day. The thing is, this thing was doing somersaults over Santa Maria. And I saw the 2 lights. They came on right away, and my light is the 3rd light. And I'm thinking, we probably ought to do this, but what's going to happen to me? And after its 3rd somersault or so that I was watching it, I said, okay, I got to do this. And I pulled it. One of the engines went through this lady's roof.
Oh, my God.
While she was putting on her pantyhose. And she showed them to us. That scared her so bad she put her foot right through the pantyhose.
Wow!
You know how strong you got to be to do that. They wrote her a check right there and walked away from it. So.
Did you see what Hiking with Jackie Boy said? He said my dad did stuff like that in the '60s, early '60s, when he was with NORAD.
I went to tech school in 1969. At Keesler Air Force Base is where I started, and I did that all. I did my stuff I did on Vandenberg Air Force Base. So
there's Mindy. Hello, Mindy, Divine Mojo.
That's in
Good
California.
to see you. Good to see you there. Mobile Tech. Do you know Divine Mojo?
I've seen that name.
Yep.
Don't know what it is.
She's a lady that she likes to travel around in her Jeep and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I believe she's in the Colorado area somewhere. I won't say where, but she's in that area right now, or was in the area.
Yeah, my first time to Colorado, I jumped off of a 12,500 foot mountain with snow on it with a wing strap to my back.
When was that?
I have pictures of that, so I can. Hey, listen, people say, I think you're a liar because you've done so much shit in your life. Nobody's done as much shit as you've done, and it's all lies. I can prove every speck of it, either with video or on paper or eyewitnesses. Of course, my eyewitnesses are starting to die off now.
The one that I like is when you said you had trouble with your heart and stuff, and then you went to the hospital, and then They go, no, really? Yeah, I got a video on it. And he showed the video, and I'm like, what? So,
I put my heart attack on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, Mobile Tech's not lying. He's got videos of everything on his channel. Yeah.
I was doing video for years before YouTube ever existed. So I have since then taken a lot of old VHF and 8mm videotape and made it digital so I could put it on YouTube. So I've got a lot of stuff like that on my channel too. Old stuff that was done way before YouTube, like my heart attack. That was done. I had the heart attack in 2004. There was no YouTube then.
Well, I want to know is when you show all those pictures of you jumping out of the plane and stuff, is the person that's filming that, he's still in the plane, or is it somebody else with just a camera?
Well, he follows us out. If he's not, he's either jumping with us or he follows us out and films us in the air. Yeah, free fall. But no, there's nobody on the plane filming who stays there. They all get out.
Steve said he retired from the Air Force in '96.
Well, I retired. Well, didn't retire, but got out in 1974. So right at the end of the Vietnam War.
Yeah, exactly. Huh?
Yeah, my unit was also trained to be deployed in Vietnam too, from helicopters into the jungle.
Yeah,
so we did quite a lot of different stuff. There was no such thing as just having one job back then when you're in the military.
No.
They usually use you for more than one thing.
Yeah. How many tours did you do in Vietnam? Did you do some?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No, I never had to go. I was just trained for it.
Okay.
Yeah, we were trained for it, but they never deployed us.
Well, that's what happened.
We were too busy working on nukes.
My dad did like 3 or 4 tours over there, and I believe in my heart that's what ultimately cost him his life, because I think he died from the effects of Agent Orange over there.
I like that. 1974 to 1996, munitions, tech, bombs, bullets, and missiles. That's nice.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, bombs, bullets.
Yeah, all the stuff that go boom.
All the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the fun stuff. All right.
See, and then Mojo says, "Thanks for your service. That's the year I was born."
Oh, I didn't do it for thanks. Of course, back then we had to do it. You didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to run to Canada. That's funny because now Canada's running to us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
It's just all messed up now. I hope they'll become peaceful again, though.
Has there ever been peace on this earth?
Nope, not really. Not totally.
You think that'll ever change? That's human nature.
But then you got half the people in all those countries thinking that it's a flat Earth too. So
yeah.
So you don't know what they think,
Yeah. Well, you can't argue with stupidity. So.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
Yeah, there used to be a guy on YouTube a long time ago, way before the money and everything, before there was monetization or anything. They used to have a thing where there was a lot of philosophy being tossed around on YouTube, where people would philosophize with each other.
Yeah,
and they would do it in a respectable way without getting mad at each other or anything, without and they even had reply videos. You could come on and give your spiel about the way you think something is, and then other people could come on and reply to your video with a reply video, and they listed all those under your video.
Yeah.
So you could just click on them. They were little thumbnails that were replies, with either agreeing with or disagreeing with you. Some of them would rip you to pieces. Others would come in. And it was all very logically and nicely done. It was a great thing on YouTube. They got rid of it.
Well, I think that's why so many people get in fights with each other, because I came from the time when you sit there, if you had a different religious beliefs or different, like Republican or Democrat, you believe what you wanted to, you could argue with somebody all you want, but at the end of the night, you guys still went home, went to sleep, and you were still friends. You didn't lose your friendship over it, But now look what's happened on the, because of
Well, now they want to kill you if you disagree.
Yeah, exactly. On the internet, you're on the internet, and then you're just like, rah, 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 So
yeah. Well, you ought to see some of the comments I get when I get to talking about stuff. It just cracks me up. These people actually think I care about their comment, like it's going to hurt me. Oh, that hurts so much. Oh God, I'm going to go slit my throat and commit suicide. Which, by the way, kids are doing now because of stuff that's said on the internet. Now, because of stuff that is said by AI, not even human.
Yeah, by AI.
That ChatGPT is causing kids to commit suicides and murders.
That's a great career you had there in Desert. I mean, Steve there. He went.
He went all over the dang place, man. Philippines, Japan, all that stuff.
And Kevin, Hacking with Jackie Boy, says we can't have civil discord now.
Jackie Boy, you're exactly right. No discord now. You can't do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really, deep down in my heart, I think all of this is part of the general plan to take down the country. And what a lot of people don't understand, because they refuse to read or study or enlighten themselves in any way, is that if you look at how all the other countries over the decades have fallen to communism, you see that's everything they're doing here now.
Yeah.
That never used to be here. That's what they did there and took over the country.
But the problem is, if you make them aware of that, and that's where the problem begins. No, they say, no, it's because of you. It's you.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I'm surprised that you already haven't had this. YouTube hasn't come along and disabled this live stream, because they got it. They got bots that do that now.
Yeah,
it's not even a human decision.
You're right, Joanne. You can't do that because people get so angry with you.
You can. You just have to not care that they get angry.
Yeah, I've lost some good subs that I had before that, and before they acted like they were your best friend ever, and then you make one mistake, like me and you were on like election night or something, Mobile Tech, and something we said caused them to be so pissed off that he said, I'm subbing, bye forever, and all this stuff, And I said,
fine, go.
Yeah, don't whatever. Said, whatever.
Don't need you in my life. Don't need you here. Don't need you on my monitor here.
Yeah, there you go. Todd said, ignorance is a very dangerous thing. Very dangerous, man. Yes, it is.
Only for the person who's ignorant.
Yeah. But if you can't, if you're so made up on your mind of the something's wrong or right or whatever, and you can't even talk it out between yourself, then you've already lost right there. I think.
It's that time of the day, and it just happens to be Labor Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not skydiving anymore, so there's only one more thing that I can do.
You're gonna go have a beer.
I'm going to grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Okay. I knew that one. If they vote, it creates an issue for more than them. Yeah. That's right, Todd, and it's just, we just live in a very, very touchy time right now that you really have to, if you're like us and we show our faces and we talk about our beliefs live like this, and you have to really, really watch what you say, or else, people get offended and stuff, and that's it. Once they're offended, there's no coming back.
If people would just not get their panties all wild.
Yeah, exactly.
That other people can be a lot of fun, and you can actually learn a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't learn anything with your mouth.
There you go, Steve. See, a good friend that leaves because they disagree politically is not a good friend, in my opinion. You're right.
I'll give you an example. I've got a very good friend whom I met on YouTube, and over the decade, and this was way before, this is back when we had the reply videos and stuff. So there was no money involved. You were free on YouTube to speak your mind, and you could have discussions and all that, and YouTube just didn't even get involved. They just let you do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Do whatever, yell at each other, call each other names if you want. None of it mattered. All right. So we got to be good friends. We finally met. We camped together. I met his brother We made videos together. We did collabs together. Some of them were pretty funny too. This guy can be really funny. And we still know each other today. I have been to his place in New Mexico. I've stayed there, hiked all around to the Anasazi ruins and all that stuff with him, rode horses, you know, you name it. And he still does videos to this day, but not so much with his opinions anymore. I mean, he does some opinionated stuff, but he is a full-on opposite politically than I am. I mean, it doesn't get any more polarized. So, and we are still very good friends. And you know why? There he goes again. Oh, I'm glad I've inspired you. Yeah, you have a cold snack, Andy. The reason we're still friends is because we do not let our political feelings mix with our friendship. We can go live together and he can say his spiel and then I can say my spiel and we can go back and forth and you know, then when it's all over, we take off and go hiking somewhere, you know, no problem. Go camping, whatever. So that's the way it should be. And that's the way it always has been up until just recently. And by recently, I mean since Google bought YouTube. Now Google's got our country split in half, which is the first thing you do when you're going to take over a country is you split it in half. It's an old thing that the Romans used to use called divide and conquer. Genghis Khan used it. The Romans used it. The Egyptians used it. Everybody has used that in the past for thousands of years. To us, it's all like it's brand new. You know why? They don't teach history anymore in school. So, you know, you're raising stupid kids. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know, they can't even say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
The Pledge of what?
Allegiance.
The hell was that?
You know, well, we had to do it every morning. You know,
Pledge of Wudgets?
I pledge allegiance to the flag and what it stands for. But I went in there to get a drink and then I came back and I was going to bring Yuki.
Desert Adventures nailed it right there.
Yep,
he nailed it.
Yeah.
Everybody's opinion is important. But you know what they say about opinions, too.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Everybody's got one, and you know what they're just like. You have to, you know, during the Depression and during 2 world wars, people back then still held a sense of humor all the way through all the horrible stuff. A sense of humor, a good sense of humor is what got them through most of that in really tough times. Nothing will get you through tough times better than a sense of humor. I got a friend that had to go to jail for 30 days for DUIs, but he is one funny guy. He's a skydiving friend of mine. He kept us in laughs all the time. But when he had to go to jail, I just told him, I said, John, his name was John too. I told him, I says, when you get there, you just be yourself. You tell your usual jokes, because remember, none of these people have ever heard them before. They're all going to be brand new to these people, and you'll be fine. And he told me I was 100% right. He had his cell. They loved him in there. They didn't want him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He kept him in hysterics the whole time because it was all new stuff to them. Yeah. You know, even to us, it was all good. And we heard it, all this stuff a million times. And yet every time we get together, we hear it again and we still laugh. You know, it's that good. But we used to joke about ourselves a lot, too.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something nobody can do anymore. They can't seem to joke about themselves.
Nope.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. somewhere in the world, but, you know, when you retire, there's no clock.
I miss Jimmy Buffett, man. Jimmy Buffett sang about all that kind of stuff. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, you know.
My brother, he's a rock star. Anyway, he ran around with Willie Nelson for quite a while. He was in the bus running. He says I had to get my own van because he says you couldn't ride in that bus, man, with the smoke and the pot and everything so much.
Yeah.
But you know, he gave up drinking 20 years. Actually now it's like 40 years ago. But anyway, he gave up drinking early in life. But you know where he made all his money? Writing songs about drinking.
Yeah. Well, he also has released that. Willie Nelson released that. What do they call it? I don't know if it's alcohol or what, but it has THC. It's called Willie's Brew or something. But that's the newest thing for him now. So it's not like an alcohol.
Well, because he's got COPD really bad. He can't smoke.
Yeah. Poor guy. I don't think he's going to be around much longer.
No, but poor guy, he's had a wonderful life. He's not.
He's had a great life, and he lives out there in Luck, Texas, out there by Todd Saw, huh?
Yeah.
Let me see. He said, "I'll never smoke weed with Willie again." There we go. That's a good song there.
A great tune. You know, I think my brother wrote that.
But yeah.
Yeah, if you want to know who my brother is, just Donovan Patrick Walsh. Just Google that name, Donovan Patrick Walsh.
Really?
You'll see all over the internet.
Songwriter and all that
He's
stuff.
a songwriter, movie star. He likes to play evil people on the Discovery Channel. That's one of his favorite things to do. So you'll see him there. I remember his first role was he was an evil monk, and boy, did he make a good evil monk. But when you see him, you'll see he looks a lot like Willie. And keep this in mind when you go there and you see my brother. Look at him and look at me. He's a year and a half younger than I am.
So he must be older looking then.
Oh, God, he looks like Willie Nelson.
So he probably had a harder, rougher life than you then, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Well, he had children and I didn't. And now one of those kids is dead, so that took its toll on him.
Yeah, that really takes a toll, right?
Yeah, that's another thing you can look up. Look up Chelsea Walsh, WALSH, falls 200 feet with NFL star at Talkowitz Peak in California. And that whole story will come up. That's my niece. And she was in Hollywood and all that too. She went to college for all that, and she was dating this NFL football player, and they made the most stupid and the biggest mistake you can make in climbing. One of the first things they teach you not to ever do, they did it, and they both fell 200 feet to their death. So they both were rappelling from the same hookup point at the same time. You don't do that, and especially if that hookup point is a old piece of cloth material tied around a tree that's been there for years and you don't know how long. That thing broke and they both.
Todd Saw wrote, Toby Keith and Scott Emmerich wrote that song after an evening on Willie's tour bus, the Honeysuckle Rose. Hey Todd, Todd, I've done a couple of videos on Toby Keith's burial place. It's actually a cenotaph. It's not a place where his body is buried, but he's got a place out in this cemetery in Norman, and I did a couple of videos on that. And most
I didn't even know what a cenotaph was until Wonder Husky did that video over there where the aviation that
was a good video. That was a very good video that she did. It was all that stuff.
Only you can take Wonder Hussy and drop her off anywhere in the world with her cell phone, and she'll make a video about it, and it'll be a successful video.
That's what I like about her, because she's got that. She has that gift.
Fun to watch.
But anyway, Todd, Toby was buried on a private lot on his property, so they made a place where everybody could go there and see his stuff and stuff, and that's what a cenotaph is, a place where the public could go see that.
Yeah, it's just basically like a marker.
Yeah,
a memorial marker.
Yeah.
So just like what they have where Pat Garrett was killed, they have a memorial marker there. That's a cemetery.
Yeah, I did a video on that too.
You did a video on that one too.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, he's not buried there. They just have a thing.
No, that's where he got shot, man.
That's where they figure he got shot.
Yeah.
There's no witnesses.
They said that he was arguing with this guy about bringing sheep on his land. He didn't want sheep, he wanted cattle, and he rented the land of this guy. And he goes, "Well, too bad," blah blah blah. And the next thing you know, they're standing there peeing out there in the desert, and all of a sudden, bam, 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 the guy shot him. So
yeah.
So
yeah, well, things were dealt with a little differently back then than the way they are now.
Exactly. Steve has to run. Thanks for stopping in, Steve, and catch you next time. And let me see. And Todd says, "I love Toby Keith. So sad to see him go so young." Guess what, Todd? I'm a diehard Sooner football fan, and Toby Keith, up until the time he died, he got to go to the games, and they had let him roam free on the sidelines, so we always got to see him. And it was very sad to see him because he used to be a pretty stout boy, big chunky guy. And then when he got the cancer that they couldn't cure and stuff or whatever it was, and he kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you saw him on the sidelines, and last time I saw him, he was like real skinny and stuff. He was like Mobile Tech.
But this is me normally.
Yeah.
I've actually got a little bit of a gut on me now that I got to get rid of. Of course, that dog down there has got a gut too. She got fat here lately from being fed too well because she was sick, and I had to do it. But it all worked.
There's northern backwoodsman. Thanks for stopping in. And he says, Wonder Hussy has a great intensity about her. Cool lady. Yeah, definitely cool lady, man.
Definitely one of the most educated and well-spoken women I've ever met in my life. A vocabulary that's out of this world. And a memory recall that's out of this world too.
Yeah, and she could bring out all those old songs from back then and start singing bits of those old songs.
That's the recall I'm talking about. She doesn't forget anything. Yeah. She doesn't forget a single thing. She didn't even forget me, even though she hadn't heard from me in a long time. Oh, yeah, I know who that is. I think she said that to you, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like me and Wonder Hussy talk all the time. Matter of fact, the closest I ever got to talking to her was when she filmed, and you can see how long this is ago by going to her channel and look up Seldom Seen Slim's Grave. Seldom Seen Slim's Grave. And that was her first time at Ballarat. And I've been going there my whole life, so I knew the place really well. And I happened to be out there, and I saw her over there filming Seldom Seen Slim Grave. And I knew who she was, but she wasn't real popular yet. That's back in her cussing days. And,
that's back when she was foul mouth and all that stuff.
Yeah,
she didn't realize how good she could make YouTube, and she has realized that now. So
at that time, she wasn't pursuing YouTube as a career. She was just having fun.
Exactly.
She was still doing her modeling gig because she was still young.
But now she has refined what she's doing on YouTube, and it's all for the good, So that's
she rewrote the rules. I mean,
exactly.
Nobody comes close to her.
That's why I love her, man. I love everything she does.
Yeah, she's one of the best entertainers I've ever seen. Anyway, I was watching her video of that, and my friend and he says, I recognize her from somewhere. I go, yeah, that's Wonder Hussy. He goes, who? And I go, Wonder Hussy. What do you mean, Wonder Hussy? I go, she's on YouTube. And he, back then there was, wasn't a whole lot of reason to be on YouTube back then.
Yeah.
It was just kind of getting going, after Google had it. So she hadn't decided to make YouTube a career yet at that point in time. But anyway, I didn't want to bother her, so I left her alone. I'm polite in that way.
Yeah,
I've had people run at me, going, "You're that guy! You're that guy on YouTube!" Come straight. I have to roll my windows up, going, "What is this? Get my gun out! What is this crazy person here?" And it's just somebody getting excited because they see somebody that they think is a YouTube star or something.
Yep.
I met a lady like that once. I was in the Bishop Bank parking lot, the Union Bank there, just went in to get $100 and came out, was in my truck with the dog, and here comes this crazy chick in a sundress, yelling and screaming, "You're that guy, you're Mobile Tech, you're that guy in the truck, and you're blah blah blah." And I'm rolling up my window going, "Who's this nutty lady coming at me?" It's not fun when people do that to you. And I had to stop going to trailer rallies because I would get swarmed when somebody recognized me. They go, "Hey, that's Mobile Tech," and I get swarmed. Now I can't enjoy the trailer rally anymore.
Yeah,
so
really.
now if I do go to a rally, I disguise myself. And I use a little camera instead of my big one, so I don't attract attention. I use a little Canon.
Disguise yourself. What do you put? Sunglasses and a mustache.
I shaved a mustache one time, and I just take little pictures with my little kid because they come out just fine for YouTube anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the little cameras they have. Look at that little tiny thing they got. That's just a little tiny 1-inch block on a stick. What do they call that? The
360 one. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they're small.
Yeah, they're like $700 for one of those things.
Yeah, you could get one and clip it on your pocket right there and walk around and film everything, and it's like very good quality,
I forget the name of it now, but it's really good quality. I kind of wanted to get one, but I'm not investing money in YouTube anymore because it doesn't pay me back. So it doesn't pay me back at all. I make all my money on Patreon as far as YouTube is concerned. I don't make anything. Like I said, I just got a check for $158, and I only get one check a month. And that's the highest check I've gotten in a year. So and I've got over 25,000 subs.
Yeah.
You got to have 500,000 subs or you're not making money.
Yeah, everybody thinks that if you have 25,000 subs and this and that, then you automatically rake in the dough. It's not it. You have to keep up.
You got to have the views.
Yeah, you have to have the views
that count the most.
And they do it from like 1 year behind. Now
the thing is, you're also rated by Google, by their algorithm.
Exactly.
And if you're not up to muster, no matter what you do, butt thongs or what, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get the views because they won't promote your videos. If they don't promote your videos, guess what? Nobody sees your videos.
That's Todd said. Mobile Tech in drag to avoid recognition. That image is in my head now.
with a butt thong. Hey, 10 meters is opening finally again.
That's cool.
Yeah, I talked to Brazil yesterday evening.
Usually when 10 meters is open, the other things will start to open, gradually too. So.
Yeah, well, the guy that I talked to in Brazil yesterday, his name's Fabio. I didn't even think that was a real name, but it is. His name's Fabio. And
Fabio.
I talked to him last winter on 20 watts with my little radio. No problem. I had to use 150 watts on my big radio yesterday to talk to him because I couldn't get through the jam up. So
Mobile Tech's talking about ham radio, you guys. So that's what he's talking about.
That makes everybody leave.
Not CB, ham radio.
Yeah. I got CBs too. I got some really old CB equipment. I have a Johnson Messenger 223.
I got one. I have the brother of that one exactly.
And it works.
Yeah, it works. Mine still works, and the tubes still light up fine, and everything. It has great receive on it, also.
Yeah, I just got an old 100-watt linear amplifier with two of the big 6J5, I think they're called 6J5C tubes in it. They're 50 watts each. It's 100 watts, and it's for 11 meters.
Look what Todd wrote.
And it's really old. I got to fix it though.
He wrote, I did a video with some ham radio guys, and it got a lot of views. Of course, man, because it's been around for a long time, Todd.
Yeah, I can talk to Australia from my Blazer in the middle of nowhere, sitting next to a hot springs.
Hey, tell Todd what you and me did.
That was great. Yeah,
that was great, man.
Video. Yeah, we went nuts on that though. We used our cell phones to connect with a ham radio source called Echolink through a now he was in Oklahoma. Where were you at? You were in Arizona?
Yeah, I was in Arizona.
You were in
Yeah.
Arizona. I was in Southern California in the Eastern Sierra, and we used our cell phone to connect through Echolink on a repeater that's in Hawthorne, Nevada.
Yeah, that's
And
wild. That's
with
wild.
all that stuff, we talked to each other perfectly clear as a bell.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really neat. That was using ham
wild.
radio to its maximum.
I thought that the vocals would be real shady and you couldn't hear it and all that stuff, but it was like crystal clear.
It was crystal clear, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I found another repeater we can do that on, by the way.
Another one near you? Cool.
Yeah, it's called the Keller Peak. Well, no, it's not near me, but we can use it.
Well, what happened to that guy that had that repeater? Is he okay?
He fell off a 3-story building and busted himself all up.
Oh my God!
So he needed to do maintenance on it that he couldn't do, so he just turned it off.
Mm-hmm.
One whole side of his body doesn't work anymore.
Oh, that sucks, man. Sorry about that.
Well, he's having a lot of operations and stuff, and he just doesn't want to be bothered with it. So he says maybe later, if he gets better and he can work on this stuff again, he might put it back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what you get for falling off of a 3-story building at work.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Damn. Oh, either that or us falling off a tower. If you have a tower and you try to go up there and do something and you fall off of that would be terrible too, man.
Well, you're supposed to have certain safety equipment on.
Yeah.
You
could only be strapped in and then walk up and change that. And
3-point connection with the thing you're on at all times.
Yeah.
Never have both hands away from it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a pole climber for the telephone company when I got out of the military. I did that for a while. I didn't like working for the phone company back then, though, because it was too much.
Really, you were a lineman then, pretty much.
Yeah, I was a lineman.
Yeah. I think Steve did some of that kind of stuff. I don't know if he did what he did, but he did. That's how he found his property in Arizona, because he knew where everything was and all the people and stuff, and he learned who was happy with their place and stuff, and he found this guy, and that's eventually where they moved to.
You go up and you're in people's backyards all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at the kind of things that happen to you when you're up on those poles.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Even back then. Oh, yeah, you'll be up there, and some little teenage girl will see you up there, and she'll start putting on a show for you. Or some guy's wife will do that.
Not to mention the wild animals that get trapped up there, too, or the ones that get up there. I had
to go into somebody's house one time when I was running cable down the stairway, so that it was hidden in the, it went this, like down the side of the stairway, tucking it in the carpet in the corner of the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife comes halfway down the stairway and she's standing there. So her hips are about eye level to me because I'm on my knees doing this. She's wearing one of these bikinis that is like macrame.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space in between each piece. You can see everything, right? She's going, "What do you think of this bikini?" You know what her husband is doing at the top of the stairway in the room just 3 feet from the end of the stairway? He's in there cleaning his guns.
Oh, and you said, "I hate it. I hate it."
Lady, it looks great. It looks fine. Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of that movie, Summer Vacation or Vacation Rental, I think it was.
Yeah.
With the sailboats and stuff, where the one chick, she got a breast implant thing done and she's running around showing them to everybody, going, "What do you think?" That's what it reminded me.
Really? What do you think?
Oh, God. People can be so crazy. I was climbing up a ladder, a second-story window, and the ladder just happened to cross over a window, and the blinds come open, and there's this teenage girl giving me a show again. I'm going, God. On purpose, I mean.
Yeah.
Not by accident.
I don't know. The older I get, the less I want to get up on the roof and mess with the antennas and all that kind of crap too. One time, I learned my lesson well too. When you when you're somewhere windy like it is in Oklahoma, when you get the ladder up there, tie it down to something so it doesn't fall over. I didn't go up in wind. Yeah, I got I got up on the roof and the ladder fell over, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What am I going to do?"
I have to answer this. I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how to turn my sound off though. Hold on a sec. Can you hold on a minute, please? Hello. Oh, it's a robot.
No, just hang up on them. Man. You know who does videos on that kind of stuff is Dill. You know that guy Dill Hole? You've heard of him, right? You haven't heard of him? He always gets
I think
on
I've seen his name in a chat somewhere, maybe.
Yeah. He always does it. Whenever those kind of calls come in, if there's live people on there, he'll get on there and mess with them.
Well, this was the VA. I had to
Yeah.
answer it, but it's just a recording reminding me about an appointment. I see the microphone now. I can move it. This is different controls than what I have when I'm doing the live stream.
Yeah, exactly. They keep changing it. I think they want to justify.
They keep changing it all the time.
They want to justify the price increase. I guess I don't know, man.
No, they're just what computer programmers are young, and they never sleep, and they get bored real easy. That's why there's gaming. Mm-hmm. So if you don't keep them busy, they get bored and they fall asleep or they go away or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why everything's getting changed constantly to keep you confused.
Yeah.
And because the programmers have nothing better to do. And I think every one of them ought to be shot fucking dead. Excuse me. Shot dead. Am I complaining about what?
Really? Are you complaining, Mo? No, they were talking about you earlier. Joanne and Arlene were sitting there talking about that.
It's not good enough yet. It's not good enough yet. It's going to get better as the winter comes on here.
Yeah,
exactly. Because summertime HF is just
it'll be good for a little while, and then it goes away. By the time you get ready to get in there.
Well, we peaked this year for the 11-year cycle.
Yeah.
So now it's all just going to get worse and worse for another 11 years. Or another 6 years, actually.
There you go. That makes sense, Todd. If it stays the same, they're out of a job.
Yeah. Well, I still think they all ought to be shot dead. So
that's him that said that. That's not my channel that has anything to say.
That's Mobile Tech that said that.
Yeah, there's Mobile Tech that said it. But I had a great day this morning. I woke up real early and I went to a car show. It's a big car show, and so I got a lot of good footage of that because this particular car show, whenever they go to that one, these people go crazy and they shine up all their stuff. So all these old cars from the 30s and 40s are all shined up, man. So
you ought to go to a vintage trailer show sometime. Vintage trailer.
They do the same thing, huh? They shine them all up and buff it out.
Yeah, but we have displays, all kinds of displays out in front of the trailer of all kinds of other vintage stuff from the era.
Yeah.
And so with the displays and everything, it really gets pretty cuckoo and nuts. It's really neat.
Yeah,
it's really neat.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to see an old trailer show.
Well, I've got a lot of vintage trailer rallies videoed on my channel, but nobody ever goes and watches them anymore.
Really? Everybody go to Mobile Tech. Go watch his stuff, dang it.
Well, you have to watch my old stuff because I don't make public videos anymore.
Hey, there's Arlene. I thought you were gone,
just
Arlene.
Once in a while for an update. Yeah, I'm alive. Yeah, the dog's still alive. See you later.
Yeah, Todd just said, don't be knocking the door, Mobile Tech. They're always listening.
I'm ready for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got enough bullets and guns to kill everybody on the block. So.
Well, so you guys don't get any of that Burning Man traffic coming back towards your way?
Oh yeah, we get lots of it. But if they get caught dumping anything here, they go to jail immediately.
Oh, you're talking about their trash and all that stuff?
Yeah, nobody dumps here. For one thing, we don't put out dumpsters. Fernley's stupid for putting dumpsters out.
Yeah. No,
don't you realize they're not only going to fill up the dumpsters, going to fill up the whole parking lot around the dumpster.
Yeah. Well, I thought that at least they would come through your town and to have a boost in economy, you know, for spend some money and stuff.
They come through, but they don't. All they buy is gas.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they leave their vehicles on the road when they break down, and they just abandon them there. So we get a lot of their vehicles every year because we have a towing company here that takes care of the whole area. It's a county type thing, and so anybody that leaves a vehicle in Lyon County anywhere, it ends up in his yard. So we get burner vehicles every year. They're stored up.
Yeah. Well,
they eventually just get junked and sold off.
Apparently, when something bad happens out there, then they all fight about who's in charge and stuff because they have their own security out there, which causes, you know, if something bad happens, like the guy getting killed, you know, they're going to call the sheriff department because it's a county thing. So
yeah, but they try and impede the sheriffs when the sheriffs
they try to sit there and stop them and stuff. And that's bullcrap.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. Their private security has absolutely no capability of enforcing any kind of law.
Yeah.
You know, but now they've had a murder. I think they had a suicide. It was either the last one or the one before that where that guy ran into the Burning Man.
Yeah, and then he got burned up and died. Yeah, he died.
Now they've got a murder out there, so I'm hoping they shut that thing down. I don't like it.
It costs too much money. I mean, it makes them too much money for them to shut it down. So.
Well, yeah, it makes them a lot of money, and that's why they don't shut it down. But I'm hoping eventually it'll get shut down because all the towns on the way there and back they're the ones that suffer for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because these people who claim to be hippies and claim to be so clean and so green, they may not leave their trash there on the playa, but you know where it ends up? They dump it all in our towns and stuff. All these little towns when they leave, that's where they dump their garbage. No, these people are all hypocrites.
It's because that's the first town that they see when they leave, you know. Oh, here's a place. Let's dump all our shit here, you know. Yeah,
let's dump our shit here. They all need to be shot dead.
And once again, that's Mobile-Tech that said that.
There was an old movie called Sergeant York. Have you ever seen it?
No.
About World War I. Sergeant York was a real person. And he was from the backwoods of the hills.
Yeah.
He joined the army, and boy, was he a hell of a shot. In one of the scenes, you see he took over a platoon of the enemy of like 500 guys with one single shot rifle. That's how good he was.
Wow.
And at any rate, in the movie, in Sergeant York, one of the actors is the editor of the local newspaper in this little town that he came from. And he always started his editorials with, if there's ever going to be anything going on right in this world, the first thing we got to do is line up all the whoever he's talking about and shoot them down like dogs. So if he's talking about bad lawyers, he goes, if we're ever going to have any justice in the world, first thing we got to do is line up all the lawyers and shoot them down like dogs. He started every single editorial like that.
Like that. That's where you got that from them. They need to shoot them all down.
Shoot them all dead. Shoot them down like dogs. I'm just repeating something I heard on TV.
Yeah.
And Google wants to make a big deal about it. I saw it on TV.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
That's not good enough, they'll say. You put it out over the waves. To all of your subs, your 25,000.
Yeah. By the way, if anybody's interested, you know, in some of our antics in skydiving,
Airtrash, that's cool.
Is that spelled backwards?
No, it's the right way.
Okay, because on mine it shows it backwards.
Here's what mine says. Can you read mine?
Yeah.
I like dogs and maybe 3 people.
Yeah, go to airtrash.com.
They have that hat right there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm the webmaster for that. And you'll see our club. We are the largest and oldest active skydiving club in the world.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm an old member from the 80s. But it started in the 60s, though.
You outlived everybody, man.
I just about all my skydiving friends are dead except for a couple.
Look at Joanne. I sleep with 3 guns in my bed.
That's a little bit much.
No, she's got that one big gun that shoots out big bullets. I forgot what it is.
I got one big one on each side of the door here, one right next to my bed.
Oh yeah, and you're telling her that's
on my desk out in my shop, and one in each trailer,
and you
one
said
in each vehicle.
And you're telling her that's a bit much.
Well, for your bed, yeah, I've only got one within reach of my bed. So, might shoot yourself.
Really? No, Joanne's a pro. She's a sharpshooter. She would go to all those contests and she'd win them all.
Oh, did she really?
Oh yeah, there it is. 45.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that about you, Joanne.
She uses a 45 Win Mag, and that's that big ass bullet right there, and she could hit consistently. So yeah, she'd take all the men's money, man, at the shooting contest. They would sit there and go, "You can't shoot," and then she'd go, "Oh yeah, watch this, bam, 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 give me my money."
I'm deadly with a revolver.
Yeah,
deadly. I'm terrible with a Glock. I can't hit shit with one of those.
It's because every time you shoot it, you boom, 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 it goes up and shit.
Well, you know, my revolver, it's 357 mag. It kind of has a lot of motion too. But the Glocks, you got a barrel like, what is it, that long? I can be 10 feet from something and I can't hit it.
Yeah, I've got a 357. I got the 357 cowboy gun, and it's dead on accurate, man.
Yeah, mine's a Black Hawk Ruger.
Yeah, that's what I got. It's like a
great gun.
6-inch barrel or something. Just bam, you know, and that's it.
Mine's got the 7 1/4-inch barrel. So yeah, that's almost a rifle if you think about it.
Really,
compared to a Glock, it is a rifle. So I had a 9mm. 19X.
Here, Joanne just wrote to you. I know about guns, Larry, and I'm very responsible. So
I figured that. Yeah. Still, 3 in your bed. Don't shoot yourself by accident.
Really, turn over and bam.
Or have a bad dream.
Really.
Yeah, I've known some women that are sharpshooters, and they're deadly. The thing about a woman, I mean, if a woman points a gun at you, you do exactly what she tells you, because if you don't and she decides to shoot you, she just won't pull the trigger once. She will empty her magazine into you.
You're right.
And then she'll reload and do it again.
Yep. Make sure.
Of course, she checks to see if you're dead or not.
Make sure that you don't get back up.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, women are more deadly than men are when it comes to that kind of shit. Because a guy, he'll shoot you, and if you're down, he'll leave you alone. That might even help you.
Yeah.
I mean, I carry first aid for gunshots and stuff. I carry a trauma pack, and all that stuff for just real in case I do have to shoot somebody. Because when I went to school, you were taught that's what you do. You render aid. You're actually required by law. You shoot somebody and they don't die right off the bat, you're supposed to render aid.
Yeah, exactly.
So, whether it's a tourniquet, I got a little tourniquet like all the cops have, they actually carry all that stuff right on their belt. And just in case I ever have to do that, then if he's down, then you want to, once the threat is over with, you knock his gun out of the way, and then you're supposed to render aid.
Yep.
I'll render aid. Yeah, let's see if you can breathe with my knee on your throat.
Yeah, they get carried away with all that stuff, because it all depends on the situation you're in and why was the gun used and all that stuff. That's what it is,
Yeah, well, even if you're 100% legal, if you use a gun on a human being, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to go to jail and your gun's going to get taken away.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you have to prepare for that. That's why you have insurance.
That's why there's
$1 million insurance, just in case. And it proved to work. A friend of mine had to shoot somebody in Bishop, midnight at a gas station. They tried to rob him. He said, "Not tonight." He shot the guy and killed him. And but except they arrested him, but they didn't thumbprint him or anything. They just took him down to the police station and they filled out a report and then they let him go. They didn't even take his fingerprints or anything. So he wasn't really under arrest, I don't think.
No,
I think he was just asked to go down with him. And
if you really get arrested, they're going to take your prints, man, for sure.
Yeah, so he was never really under, I don't think he was really under arrest, but it was very obvious what had happened. There was plenty of witnesses and stuff,
Yeah.
So.
It's just a big mess if you have to do it. So
yeah, so you want to try everything else first.
Exactly.
I have no desire to kill anyone or to shoot a human being.
Really.
No desire whatsoever.
But if it's him or you, it's going to be him. That's the way it is.
Yeah, it's going to be him. If I have anything to say about it. So
yeah. I'm not that good, but I have a lot of common sense. Yeah. No, you're good. You know what you're doing with the gun, Joanne, and that says something right there.
let's see if I can't see what you're looking at, but can you see the dog?
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Can you see her now?
What's she doing? Yeah.
She's just laying there on my bed.
Say, Dad, take me somewhere. Give me some treats.
Yeah, she wants a treat. I can do that. Here, look. You got to watch it. She'll take your fingers. Here, let's see if you can see it. You got to get rid of the get rid of Arlene there so you can see this. Oh, now I'm up there, so I guess it'll work.
There, Todd's back. Are you? Can you hear now, Todd?
Yes. If you can hear me, I'm doing an experiment. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm hearing
Awesome.
You loud and clear. In ham radio, they say, "I hear you 5'9",
5'9". Copy you 5'9". 5'9" here in Japan.
Actually, they say 599.
Well, we'll just
on CBs, when you're finished talking, you say, "Oh, come back." Right?
Yeah, come back.
Yeah, we don't talk like these sea buggers, and we don't use the 10 code either. We use the Q code. QSL.
Yeah,
right.
QSL.
Yeah, people that come on ham radio and go 10-4, good buddy. Well, he's not licensed.
Really? Yeah.
I just wanted to see how this worked because I've kind of gotten into the live streaming a little bit with my buddy, the Sock Monkey, at the K and Mac Project. Every Friday afternoon,
Oh yeah,
at 5 o'clock, we do a live stream together. Kind of a
hey, you'd like that live stream, Mo. They sit there and they do taste tests on beer. That's the guy you're talking about, right? Todd?
Yeah, my old Marine Corps buddy. Yeah,
he's pretty good.
He's a good dude.
John, you need to take Arlene's comment down.
Oh,
You forget to do that. You leave those comments up.
Yeah.
Blocks the
There we
foot
go.
of the screen.
It's okay.
Welcome back,
Arlene is
Todd.
cool. She's always trying to help people out. posting
Oh, I
the
know.
links
I'm
and
just
stuff.
saying that he forgets and leaves comments up.
Look. Here's Shawnee Groves putting my feet up. Yeah,
I'm not going to be here long. I have a plumber replacing my sink and all the plumbing in my kitchen sink, and I think he's getting close to done. But I'm glad this
Oh my
worked
God,
out. Thank y'all for letting me try it.
You're doing that on a Labor Day? Damn.
He was
That's
scheduled for
golden
Wednesday.
time, you know.
Mhm.
He was supposed to come Wednesday, but he called me this morning and asked if he could do it today. I said, "Well, you charge extra for doing it on Labor Day?" "No, sir."
Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
come
okay,
on.
that's great.
I'll
Good
work with
good
you.
thing you made that clear, you know.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that'd be
Yeah.
golden time if you called a regular plumber.
really. Yeah, really.
I've known him a long time. He's a good dude. He'll do me right no matter what day it is.
Shawnee's got her feet up.
She's chilling. Shawnee is chilling.
Chilling.
Yeah, we'll probably have to get off of here real quick anyway. We've been on here almost 2 hours, so and our crowd, well, it went up to 9, so It was
Man.
down to 6, but
Yeah, well, if I wasn't here, you'd probably have 30 or 40 people here.
no.
Well,
Nobody
as long
loves
as you're
me.
here, Mobile Tech, I
Huh?
bet you've heard this before. So I have an RV, right? I have a question. It's just a general question, not about
Okay.
my specific one. How do I fix this? What are your thoughts when you have like your system is the conventional batteries, but now we have the option. And I understand you can't just get a lithium ion battery and swap it out. You have your power panel has to be replaced. Is that worth doing for that expense?
Only your converter has to be replaced, and you can do that without replacing the power panel.
Oh, so that's not too
just
bad.
get a new converter for it, but it's a lot easier to. Sometimes it's easier to, if it's an older panel, it might not be that easy to just replace the converter that's inside of it. So you may have. It may be easier for you to replace the entire panel, and they usually run about $300 now, $350 for a whole new panel.
Oh, I thought we were talking thousands.
No. You need. It's just the converter is the only thing wrong with it, because you need a converter that'll charge lithium batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So that's the only difference.
And the cost of a couple of the lithium batteries are going to be the expensive part.
In my motorhome,
make sure you get a good battery, Todd. Also,
in my motorhome, it's got the old panel and the old converter, and that will still charge the AGM batteries that are in there. And all I did was put a charge controller in there along with it, and hooked up the solar panels to it, so they keep the AGM batteries charged when I'm not plugged in, and it works fine like that together.
Yeah.
As soon as you add lithium, then you have to change the charging system, which is the converter. Not inverter, but converter. That's what charges whatever kind of batteries you have there. And most of the converters that will charge lithium, you have a choice. It'll either charge lithium or it'll charge AGM sealed, or
I've got one of those also.
Wet unsealed. Yeah. So that's your choices. But you have to change the converter. And if it's really, I'd have to see it so I know what kind of panel you have and everything, but it's probably easier to just go ahead and change the entire panel, and probably cheaper too.
All right. Thank
but you. But really, the only thing that needs changing is the converter inside. So if you pull that panel out, you'll see there's a converter in there. How old is your rig?
It's a 2016.
Hard to say.
It's 9 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Hard to
as
say.
I said, I just want, generally speaking, is it worth doing?
Well, if you're going to go with lithium-ion batteries, yes, it's worthwhile. But let me give you a hint. For one thing, there's a new battery coming out that is going to completely destroy the lithium battery world. And I mean completely destroy it.
Breaking news on JH Travels channel.
Yeah, just like the car, the automobile destroyed the horse and buggy business. That much of an impact. Yeah, it's going to destroy lithium batteries. They will no longer be made even, except to replace old batteries for a while, because people are stuck with their old technology. These batteries will not catch on fire. Even if they're completely submerged in water, they will not explode. And they put off no noxious fumes or gases. And they charge 10 times as fast. And they are 3 times lighter than lithium batteries.
So it's not going to be lithium then, right? Something else.
It's going to be aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Aluminum batteries are the new thing. Tesla came out with them. Elon came out with them.
Leave it to Elon. Dude, smart.
Yeah. Now, what I think he's going to do is, I don't think we'll see him on the public market very much for a while, because I think he'll keep the patent to himself for a while and start putting out all kinds of other stuff that use those kind of batteries, and he's not going to sell the batteries.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's going to do it because I don't know the guy personally, and he hasn't told me because he doesn't think I'm important enough. So, but I can tell you that battery will completely destroy the lithium battery world. The other thing is, why would you want to put a bomb inside your RV where you have to sleep at night? Why would you want to put a firebomb in there? All these RVs and boats that you're seeing explode into flames, 90% of them are being caused by lithium batteries. 90%. I'm in the industry, so I know what I'm talking about. 90% of the RV fires, 90% of the boat fires you see, it killed a whole bunch of scuba divers on a boat here a few years back, and all they were doing was charging their phones.
Mm-hmm.
And it killed the entire, only 2 or 3 of the crew got off the boat, and everybody died.
I think I just became an AGM fan.
Yeah, well, I've always used, I still use AGM. I won't have anything to do with lithium batteries. So,
I got an answer to my question.
Yeah, I would stick with AGM for a while because when these aluminum batteries come out, like I say, they're going to destroy the entire everything else, and that's what you're going to want. Then I'll say then go ahead and get away from the AGMs and go with the new batteries.
Yeah, people that run like trolling motors and stuff, they have problems whenever they switch from AGM to lithium.
And you don't have any of these problems. Yeah, the AGMs will not poison you. They won't blow up in flames. They won't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're just really heavy is all.
Yeah.
And they're only capable of half the charge because you can only use them down to 50%.
Yeah, but you could also use it to start your car if your car battery dies,
You could, yeah.
You can't do that with a regular lithium battery, So,
I have to replace the battery. My battery needs replacing my RV, and it's an old conventional battery.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to spend the money, I wanted to, trying to decide which way to go. And I think I'm convinced I just need to go get me a really good AGM battery and a solar panel and call it.
I buy really good AGM batteries. They cost about $250 each. I get the great big ones, the Group 27 ones. And all I do is I add a little Wanderer. They're like $30, a Renogy Wanderer in there. It just hooks right up to the batteries. You don't have to switch it or anything. And that way you can plug solar panels into it to charge with. And that'll charge your AGM batteries just fine. So I drag around. I have foldable solar panels, and I've also got panels on top. So for the house batteries on the motorhome, I only use 2 of the big AGMs. And the same for my van. I've got one 200-watt solar panel on top, and I've got 2 fold-out solar panels if I want to use them. But I also use those for my power stations because I carry those around, and because I use those a lot with ham radio and stuff. And then my Icebox just runs off the AGMs, and I've never gotten it below 165%. Never. So they work.
I need to go check. I've got to go check on my plumber. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys very much.
Tell him thank you for your service.
Really,
yes, sir. Will do.
Thanks for coming up here, Todd.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
See you.
Yep. Joanne said, my daughter and son-in-law both have electric cars. It scares me.
When they catch on fire, that disrupts the electrical system, and you cannot get out because your doors are locked.
That's true, huh?
Think about that, yeah.
So you got to have some way to bust the window if you can.
You better be carrying one of those window bashers.
Yeah.
They're just little things with a point on. I carry one in my van, and I don't even have lithium batteries in
there. But they don't always work just right. You got to practice on it. And how are you going to practice on that?
Go to the junkyard and practice.
Yeah, that's true.
I did. Yeah, because I you know what? One time I locked my keys in my van at midnight with no moon up in the high Sierras, and I was out there in my underwear because I was just taking a leak. I got up, went out there to take a leak, and the wind blew the door shut behind me, and it was locked. Oh shit! I couldn't see a damn thing. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face, and I'm out there in my underwear in the high Sierras at midnight. I had 2 choices. I could either freeze to death or I could run to town 12 miles away. Running might keep you alive, you know, in those kind of conditions. 12 miles away. Or my third choice was to just crawl around in the dirt. This was what I went with. Crawl around in the dirt until you find a rock about that big. I had to beat it. Then you have to decide, well, if I'm going to break a window, which one do I want to break? Well, you don't want to break the one right next to you, of course.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to drive home with that thing open. You don't know what the weather's going to be like. So I decided on the passenger window. Bam, nothing. Bam, nothing. Bam, 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 nothing. I had to get back and run at that thing with that big old rock before it finally went through.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You can't do that if you're trapped inside your car.
Oh, I'm still finding little pieces of glass. That was like 5 years ago.
No, and they tell you if your car ever goes off the bridge and goes into the water, you should try to break your windshield or the back window. How are you going to do that? You know, that's bam, bam. You know, that's why.
Actually, the best way to do that, and I don't ever want to have electric windows.
Kick it out. Kick it out.
No, have roll-up windows. That way, you can open it slowly and start letting the water in, so it doesn't come in all at once.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
You want to let it in slowly, and then keep rolling it down slowly. All right, until there's room enough for you to get out. But then you still won't be able to get out until the thing fully fills with water and you're down to one little pocket of air. So you take your last breath of air and then you can get out.
Yeah. That's true.
That's how you literally survive something like that.
Totally electric. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, if you got electric windows, you're screwed.
Yep, you go in the water, that's it, you know.
You're dead. Yeah.
I mean, shoot. Of all the other things you're doing, you know, they say, no, kick the window out. You'll
never kick one of those windows.
No,
never.
Not with all the pressure of the water and everything else.
Never. Like I just told you what happened to me. You're never gonna kick that out. I was surprised. I couldn't believe it because I'd never tried to break a window before.
Yeah.
And, an automobile window, and that just blew me away. I've shot plenty of them out, but I've never been able to break.
I guess that's what we'll have to do. Get the gun.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I could just grab the gun, but just put a little hole in it, and water would squirt in.
Yeah.
So
no, I think it was just all busting. Everything would come rushing in, though.
Yeah. You don't want that either. No, you got to do it right.
Yep.
Joanne, I am too. I don't like bridges, especially in California, because you know that when you're on the top of that 100-foot bridge, that's when the giant earthquake's going to hit, and you're going to go.
That's right, exactly.
Crashing down to your death.
Yep.
That's what I think about on those things. And every time I'm on top of one of those things, stuck in traffic, I'm going, yeah, watch. Now's when the earthquake's going to hit.
When they had that big earthquake during the baseball game, the World Series and shit, I went there the next year, and we went on that Oakland Bay Bridge and stuff, and it's way up in the air, and I was terrified just driving over that.
Driving over it, yeah.
I wasn't driving. I was a passenger in the car. I was scared, man. I was like, oh my God, you know. I was like,
I'm a skydiver and a hang glider pilot, but those kind of heights scare me. You know why? Because
you have no control.
I don't have a strap in my back or a parachute.
Yeah.
And my brain's telling me, being this high, you could die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could die.
And what about?
People go, I could skydive. I'm afraid of heights. Everybody's afraid of heights, you idiot.
Yeah. And what about that? What about that? They had the other one where it was two level. One going one way was one level, and the other level was going the other way. You know, and if you're going the other way, that thing smashes you like a pancake, you know?
Well, it did actually. They had both levels lined up with each other, and a bunch of people got killed between the two levels.
Yeah, and they're just smashed
my brother was up on a two-story house roofing when that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Said he just grabbed a hold of the roof as tight as he could and hung on. He just laid down and hung on for that thing.
Yeah. So. And California is too bad about doing any kind of repairs anyway. They can't even keep their electric stuff in order and stuff, you know, and everything falls apart and causes sparks and fires.
You can't even get insurance on your house anymore in a lot of places.
I doubt it. Yeah.
So my friend had his insurance. He'd been paying insurance for 30 years, same people, house is paid off and all that. And they come along and say, we've decided that you're in a high risk area, so we're canceling your insurance. And he can't get insurance on his house now.
Yeah.
He paid for 30 years, and now he can't even get insurance on it.
Dang, that's
How do you
terrible.
own property without being able to get insurance on it?
I
How do
know,
you sell
yeah.
property without being able to get insurance on it?
Yep.
Well, California's gone wacko. California just they all need to be shot dead.
They just need to all go away and let somebody come in and clean it up, man.
Yeah, our saying is here, we don't need a wall at Mexico. We need a wall going up the California-Nevada border. Is what we
Really,
those
man.
people out of here.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Yeah. We're not worried about the Mexicans. We're worried about everybody over there in California right next to us. They bring their crap here all the time.
Yep.
Up here in northern Nevada, we call Las Vegas and Henderson, that whole area, we call that California East.
Well, all the people in California, all they do is go to Las Vegas, or else they go to Quartzsite, or they go to Havasu City. They go to Havasu City or Las Vegas and spend all their money. Then they lose and they go back to California. It's funny. But,
well, it used to be you could go to Las Vegas, and if you didn't gamble, you could have a lot of fun. It was cheap.
Yeah, back when
they got you there.
You could have the $2 breakfast and all that stuff, and not
anymore.
Not anymore,
Not anymore. And now they don't even call it gambling; they call it gaming. You know why?
Yeah, gaming.
Yeah, because if they called it gambling, that would insinuate that you might have a chance of winning something.
That's true. Yeah.
So they call it gaming.
Yeah. Larry,
no, Arlene, not everybody. Just everybody that disagrees with me. That's all.
Really.
You have to understand when I'm joking and when I'm kidding.
Well, what do you think, Larry? You want to shut it down here in a minute? I'm gonna go fix something to eat, man.
Oh, I don't care. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Probably.
I haven't been in public view for a while, and I thought it might be.
I'm glad you came back with a bang, man. You're like last few times I've seen you online, you're like all sickly and stuff. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. But now you came back with a bang this time. I'm glad, man.
I'm getting better.
Right on, man.
I'm getting better, and I also discovered something that they tried to tell us in the beginning, but they got shut down by people like Google and other Democrats, something that actually works. And if you take it regularly, you will never get COVID. I'm going to show it to you right now. You ready?
Ivermectin, that's the stuff that they said that Trump took and it was making everybody crazy, remember?
I take it every day. Just a little tiny dab will do you. It tastes like it. Well, it's apple flavored, but I don't taste the apple.
How many milligrams is it, or is it like an aspirin?
It's 6.02 grams, and one of these things taking like the size of an eraser on a pencil. A little dab. Just put it on your finger, put it on your tongue, swallow it. It's nothing to it. I do that every day. I'll never get COVID.
So that's controlled whatever they told you that you had the long-term COVID or whatever.
No, now that I'm trying to get rid of, but I have a funny feeling that this is working on that also, because that is getting better all of a sudden since I started taking this. What this does is it gets rid of parasites in your body, just like what it's meant to do for a horse.
Okay,
but a horse is supposed to get this whole thing. See?
Yeah. Remember when
you just take a little bit.
Remember when he suggested using that, and then everybody, he's crazy. No, and now look, it's prescribed.
Well, this is what they give. Where'd you go? You left again. This is what they give, only in a different form. It's pill form to everybody that's in malaria country in the military. You know how they found out was, for some reason, all these people in the Asian areas where there's a lot of malaria and everything, those military people were not getting COVID. So they decided to find out why, and they found out because they're taking ivermectin. Why? Because they live in a place where malaria was pretty rampant. And they found out, oh, guess what? It's also a great way to keep from getting COVID too. So, yeah. Poke Berry. I don't know who Poke Berry is. But boy, we lost John again. Poor John, he just can't keep a live stream going. He hasn't ever been able to keep a live stream going without getting blown off of his own live stream. So it's funny. I just found out I can stream this to my audience too if I want. I can invite my entire audience here with this new button, and I never knew that. I'm gonna say about 2 weeks. And the way you do it is you do that for 3 weeks and then you stop for 2 weeks. And then you do it for 3 weeks and then you stop for 2 weeks. And as long as you do that, you won't get COVID. There he is. He's coming back. There he is.
Damn it.
You just can't keep the live stream going even if you're running.
I know. Just an important part, and then I get cut off.
Okay, well, you do this for 3 weeks, and then you stop, and you take a break for 2 weeks, and then you do it for 3 weeks, take a break for 2 weeks. I am doing it through, like right now, COVID's going around again. It's all over California right now, and it's all over the East Coast, so it's going to work its way to the middle. And you ought to be doing this right now.
Yeah. They should be pushing that stuff, and then instead of the
so now we'll get a chance. I'll get a chance to see if it actually works because COVID's coming around again real soon here, and because of Burning Man, there's 70,000 idiots that just got done slobbering all over each other, and they're going to spread themselves out. Somebody there has COVID, so it's going to get spread everywhere now because of Burning Man.
Yeah,
and another one of the good things about Burning Man, wonderful. That's why I'm not on my way right now. Wonder Hussy is exactly 1 hour from here right now, and I could go visit her right now, but I don't want to get anywhere near her.
Notice she always does that to regroup instead of just coming right back.
Yeah, and every time she says she was sick too because she's got COVID. That's why.
Yeah, exactly, man.
She goes there and she's sick. I'm not going to go see her.
Really? You don't want to get sick, no?
No.
All right, man. Let's shut it down. What do you say? Okay.
Well, it was good seeing everybody. I love you all. And
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming up here, man. This is really
for
cool.
Inviting me, John. I appreciate it.
So thank you all out there, still out there, Joanne, Arlene, and Todd, everybody.
Remember, go to airtrash.com and go to cannedhamtrailers.com.
Yep, go check out Mobile Tech stuff, man. He's got all kind of stuff up there, man. So
years of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have even more, except when Google bought YouTube, they took all our old stuff down.
Yeah.
So we lost all that. So I've only got 18 years worth of stuff on YouTube now.
only.
Yeah. Well, I would have had 20 if they'd left the old stuff up. So.
Really? Well, I enjoyed it, man. We'll do it again coming up soon, man. So
love you all.
See ya. Bye.
Really, no matter what you think of me, I still love you.
Laters.
Bye.